Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be mashing two of my previous videos together to create a point and click side scroller. So this I definitely took a little bit of a creative license with. It's a lot stylized, and so it has, on that note, a lot of like customization you can do with it. So let's just dive straight into this one. I'm really excited to show you guys this. Alright, those of you who have watched my side scroller video, this map will look a little bit familiar, or at least this setup. So I'm just going to do a quick run through of how the side scroller stuff is working. If you want a more detailed view, go ahead and go watch my side scroller video. I just poked the mic. I am so sorry if that was loud. I don't know if that registered at all. I talk a lot with my hands, so the mic was a little bit too close and was a casualty of war. But yeah, go watch that video, but I'm just going to do a quick little run through here. So you'll notice there's a bunch of O's and green and red, and like, what's this about? What's going on here? So, here we go. No. Yes. All right. So you'll see that the passage for green is yes, patches for red is no, and this O is O, so you can go through there. So just let me do. Why is it like this? Do this. Boop. Boop. And boop. Oh no. And that. All right, and let me show you the game. All right. So it's a little moody. I needed to turn off stepping off for the player. I'm sorry for thinking it's a little obnoxious, but let's see. There's a player down there. I cannot get to them with the mouse, but let's say I want them to move here. Then I can't move until the player gets there, but then they move there. What's this on the table? Let's go check and see what that is. Okay. A jar. The lid is stuck on. Maybe you can find something to open it. This is not a bug with my game. I don't know why. This is like something with RPG Maker. But as soon as I start recording, sometimes my button inputs will not register in the game. But it's just very rarely, and it happens only sometimes, but I swear the game's not bugged. All right, let's go see what this item stuck behind the lamp is. Yay, got a jar opener. I don't know why that was the sound effect I choose, so let's head over to the jar. And I got an empty jar. So I have a jar opener and an open jar. Yay! Let's go see how I did this. So walking behind the lamp, something else I explained in my side scroller video, but it's just a character. I didn't have it set to the appropriate height limit, so it cuts off a little wonky, but that's fine. Let's just make sure that if you're doing a single one, it is 3 wide and 4 tall. I did it 3 wide and 3 tall because I'm a silly goose. But anyways, let's look in here. So we have a lot of random stuff in here. Like, what is this? Is that honestly how I did this? I'm beginning to suspect it is. Oh, my Lanta. It is. Okay. So this guy I explained in This has to do with the lamps, so just ignore it for this guy. This is just aesthetic, adding the faded edges. This is important. This is just removing Calum and Uno, so me and Uno, and adding arrow, which is just actors arrow here. And it's doing that, and that's where my pointer where I point and click. My brain isn't functioning right now. I am so sorry. But okay. A button OK is being pressed, so enter Z. It sees where the character is. Then does this to lock the player in place. And then it has, this is not the actual player. This is the event player. I should have named that better. Have them move towards the player, and then wait. And if one is on, which is for the items, then it brings you here. So if you click this, it turns on switch 1. If you click this, it turns on switch 2. So that's how it gets here. If you have a jar opener, then you get an empty jar. Otherwise, it tells you need one. Then that just gives you the jar opener, gives you an item. It turns on a bunch of switches that I made completely unnecessary in my later versions. But it most importantly turns these 2 switches off. So if you were to click these again, because I did not make it irrelevant. So if you have item 2, so I should probably have actually done, oh dear. There it is, jar opener. So if you have jar opener, then this item's out of sight. Oops. I'm just leaving it be now because it works. But anyways, yeah, you click it, does that, and then if you have item 1, then it vanishes because you get the item. But this could get incredibly janky if you're trying to move. Okay, you know what? I'm renaming it. Driving me nuts. If you're moving them like a really, really long ways away, then it can kind of be a big pain in the butt, because that could be too many steps for the player to take. So if you had a plugin, I know there's a way with Move Root plugins to move a event towards a set of coordinates. Because here, you can't say move to X spot, then stop. You can transfer them to X spot, but you can't make them move towards that spot. So the move towards player works for now, but if you had a plugin, which if you're trying to make a game in RPG Maker that isn't a typical RPG, please, for the love of everything that is good, use plugins. Or write your own code or something. But since there's no way to do it without plugins, this works. It's janky, but it works. But that is where the where you at event, comment event would come into place, which if you haven't watched any of my videos, I use in like every event I do. It's just a handy event to have. I actually learned how to do all of this from Echo. And so, yep. Player X, Map X, game data, character player, Map X. I'm sorry, I'm speeding through this. I've just explained it 1,000 times. In all my other videos, so it's kind of did their common sense for me. Player Map Y. Then these are just variables. Then gets the map ID and the region ID. This is important for this, but as I said, I already explained all of that in my side scroller video. And yeah, that is basically all there is to it. You click, the player follows. If you clicked an item, then you interact with it. Yeah, see, my mouse ain't doing crap. Yeah, it's janky. Yeah, it's really janky, mostly just because I'm recording at the same time. And it hates me when I record, but yeah, that's all there is to it for this one. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!